What's the worst that happens? They continue
not like me. That's it. 96.5 KECO in Elk City, Oklahoma. Time to talk. Early morning show. Nathan Landry and you. 9 minutes after 7 o'clock. 78 degrees. It just felt better this morning. I thought yesterday didn't seem as hot to me. It was hot, but it just didn't seem. Got home last night at what, 8 o'clock, and I thought it just didn't seem as hot. Maybe it's because I didn't want it to seem as hot. So maybe I willed it to happen. I don't know. We're looking for a high today of about 103. It's just, maybe I'm numb to it now. Maybe it's just all the same to me, and I'm numb, and it just doesn't matter, and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. 10 minutes after, Nathan Landry and you, early morning show, KECO. Latest penny news, I've got it. It's right here. I mean, it is right. Landry, it's right here. It is here in my hands. These hands hold the penny news, Landry. I'm looking right at it. Briley didn't know what Dad was doing. All he knew was there were donuts when he woke up. So he ate the donuts. Dad took him to school. Here's what happened. His dad, Brian, had been awake for a long time, had been at work at the office, looking at markets, strategizing to help clients. Took a break, got the donuts, got Briley, took him to school, went back to work, and kept working. And then when he was done with it, he kept on working. Brian and Briley back. It's how they do business. Advanced Financial Strategies. Oh, sure. It was all donuts early on. But now Briley is in harness with his father. Working to make you more money. Working, money. Nearly Advanced Financial Strategies in Clinton, the website retirewithbacca.com.
Nearly 40,000 bottles of eye drops recalled. I never would have thought that eye drops would have to be recalled.
Because they're making matters worse?
I guess. My eye doctor warned against Visine.
Why?
I don't remember. But he warned against Visine.
Why? I don't know.
Maybe it's like Carmex. It just makes things worse. Then you become addicted. I mean, you hear about these people addicted to Visine.
Me started. Landry, don't get me started on the Dristan.
Uh-huh. People addicted to Visine. I mean, that's the next scourge. And I don't see how people can get addicted because it tastes awful. I mean, when I drink Visine, it tastes awful. And it doesn't seem to help my eyes at all.
Well, I like to sprinkle it in my coffee. Just a few drops in my coffee, and I can see things more clearly.
Do you usually get the caramel macchiato Visine?
Mm-hmm.
That's delicious.
I sure do. Later, do you remember when I was shoving that Dristan? What was that stuff?
I think, not Dristan.
Was it
Dristan?
No, it was
is it the squirt?
The nose spray. Yeah, the squirt spray in your nose.
Dristan? It's not Dristan? What's the nose spray?
I don't remember. Anyway, man, I thought, oh, this is great. And then I learned the hard, cold truth that it was making my nasal issues worse. And I call that chapter in my life nasal heartbreak.
Leading podiatrist suggests new bunion pain approach. That's what we've become. Bunions and Visine.
Well, isn't that in Ecclesiastes 12?
Oh, yeah, heartbreak of heartbreak, vanity of vanities. Bunions are vanity.
I'm telling you, bad eyes, bunions, nasal heartbreak.
See, when I hear bunion, I think about Funyuns. And there's nothing wonderful about bunions. Now, have you ever had a Funyun?
Sure. Landry, what you're doing is you're having fun with onions.
What is your position on onions? Are you pro-onion?
Yes. In my adulthood, I am pro-onion. Love onions.
All onions all the time?
Well, I mean, cooked are better. I like them cooked.
I like some onions sometimes. People can overdo the onions. I don't like the big hunks of onion.
Well, no.
That are cooked in a dish.
I couldn't possibly eat it like an apple. Red onion, I like raw. Yellow and white onion, I like cooked.
I like cut onion, the round pieces of onion on a burger.
Oh, yeah.
Raw onion. Some
red
pickles,
onion, Landry.
I like the white ones, too. Pickles, onions, lettuce, mustard. And I'm good on a burger. Now, but by the way, if I ever have cheese on a burger, I never have vegetables. If I go cheeseless, I'll have the pickles, the lettuce, the onions. But if I have cheese, no lettuce, no pickles, no onions.
And then when you get too hot,
take off the shirt.
96.5 KECO is the early morning show. Have you ever thought to yourself, boy, I'm glad I'm not having to decide that. I'm glad I'm not in that position.
Yeah, President of the United States.
That's one of them. That's one of them, President. But there's just a really sad story, well, it's a trial is what it is. A mother killed her 3 kids.
Oh.
And she's not even, there's no deny. She didn't deny it, I don't think. I think the issue is, was she mentally ill? Was postpartum depression so severe? This happened way east, like in Massachusetts maybe. Her name is Lindsay Clancy. And she killed her 3 kids 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And so the trial's going on, and it's national news. Legal experts say prosecutors in Massachusetts face a tough road to prove Lindsay Clancy is criminally responsible for the deaths of her children. So whether she killed them is not at issue. Is she legally responsible because of her mental state? The law does allow for, as I understand it, not being a legal expert, as I understand it, the law does allow exceptions for at least mitigating circumstances if you're mentally ill. And yes, I know that people have, you shouldn't get off scot-free just because you claim to be mentally ill. If you take life, you're taking life. But that's one of those issues I'm glad I don't have to decide. I am very glad I don't have to be a judge or a jury a jury on that case. And then I suppose either the judge or the jury, even if they vote guilty, they'll have to sentence her. In a circumstance like that, which is just tragedy upon tragedy, yes, she took 3 innocent lives. But you also have to follow the law. And if a law states that there are exceptions or there are mitigating circumstances they take into consideration, like your mental state, that's just awful. It's just awful upon awful. And it becomes a political issue, one side saying and then the other side, but which misses the tragedy. Remember that Elian Gonzalez story from 25 years ago? Little kid from Cuba makes his way to the United States with an aunt or an uncle. There was no mom, and the dad wanted him back in Cuba. And it just became a political football of the anti-Castro people. Oh, he should be able to stay in the United States because that's communism, and then we hate communism, and he wants to be here. And it turns out he actually wanted to be with his father and go back to Cuba. It becomes this political issue, but what you've got actually is tragedy. You've got tragedy. And this is a tragic story. This Lindsay Clancy and her 3 kids and the ex-husband. It's just sad. Mostly is what it is. Oh, and remember the Terry Schiavo case?
Oh, yeah.
The woman who wanted to die and, assisted suicide. It's just sad. It's just sad. But people want to make these political issues and then talk about Muslims and Sharia law.
I'll just be glad when we can refocus on how much we hate socialism, Nathan. Not allowing it in Oklahoma. I'm still getting mail begging me to vote against Mike Mazzei and his Muslim monarchy madness. Whatever group that is really dislikes Mike Mazzei.
What is funny is that a pro-Mazzei, anti-Gentner Drummond ad, one ad that I've seen, claims that, Mike Mazzei is against Sharia law. And then you've got the Gentner Drummond ad, pro-Gentner Drummond ad, saying Mike Mazzei wants to turn over control to a Muslim monarchy. So Mazzei is both pro-Muslim monarchies in Oklahoma, but also pro-Sharia. He's anti-Sharia law.
Well, I think the piece of mail I got from the Super PAC dark group, money group, claimed that when he was in the legislature, first of all, he missed something like 77% of the vote.
Yeah.
77%. In 12 years in the legislature, supposedly, Mike Mazzei missed 77% of votes, but supposedly he supported or even authored legislation that would have allowed Sharia. Really? Really? He's authoring legislation that wouldn't oppose Sharia.
Well, and
I don't know what that means.
And Landry, they're still running the tired ad about Gentner Drummond gave thousands to Joe Biden's campaign. It was wasn't it a $1,000 donation that his wife accidentally made?
Well, I thought in the debate from 2 weeks ago, Gintner said, "Well, my wife and I don't always vote the same, and my wife donated the money, but we got it back." That was his answer in the debate. The wife wanted to give Biden money.
So it wasn't even...
It wasn't his money, quote. It was his wife doing it, but they still got it back. They got the campaign donation back, whatever the amount was.
But and this is why people hate political advertising.
Yes.
Because it's stupid.
So misleading.
Political advertising is so bad. Let's keep everybody ignorant. We complain about depressed voter turnout, but then when these are the campaigns... It's not who are you for, it's who are you against. Well, I'm against him.
Well, you know what?
I'm against him. I'm against him.
The good news is, after Tuesday, it won't matter.
Until the general.
But you know, I
think we know.
Is whatever the Republican who wins, we're going to have to campaign that vigorously against that Uber driving part-time barista.
Well, can you imagine what the dark money ads are going to say about Cindy Munson?
Why would you... I wouldn't think you'd have to campaign that hard in Oklahoma. I mean, of course, there's going to be campaigning. But if you're in the lead anyway, and you think you're in the lead, no, the dark money groups, yeah, they can say whatever they want to say. But the Republican candidate is probably not going to have to spend too much money going negative because that person will already be ahead 10% in the polls. And the old song, you don't go negative unless you're losing or it's really tight.
Well, you don't debate unless you're... The person behind wants to debate. The person in the lead says, no, thank you.
Unless you're Mike Mazzei.
No, that was the deal.
Well, I mean, it's really tight, though.
No, that was talking about Munson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Republican.
No, the question was about, will you commit to a debate against blah, blah, blah? And he wouldn't commit to it. Getting her Drummond said, sure, I'll go. And then Mazzei said no.
Mazzei hasn't committed to too many Republican debates, though, has he?
Well, if you've seen him, you know why.
Exactly.
If I was running his campaign, I wouldn't let him out of the house.
Are you talking about a living room campaign?
He would be under constant surveillance if I ran his campaign. Wouldn't let him out of the house.
You may not realize it, but you're listening to the only thing on KECO right now. Nathan and Landry Brewer on the Early Morning Show.
People call it hay wrap, but the technical term is net wrap. Our net wrap is like the strongest in the industry. It has a 12-month UV stabilizer so it don't break down, and it holds your bells together longer and makes it more worth your money. The cheaper stuff only lasts, I feel, if you wrap it, probably a couple months, and it's going to start breaking down when you try to move your bells. This one lasts a good over a year. Holds it tight. They want to keep their hay good, so it's good for their cows and horses not getting moldy and breaking apart when they're trying to move it and lose half of it down the road. There's like handles that's made on the roll because they're long and they're pretty heavy, but this makes it where you can pick it up and put it in there. It's not so bulky and you have to manhandle it so bad. It's the green and yellow brand colors, and everybody likes that color just because it holds up better and is stronger, and I've had a lot of good feedback from it. People can come get this hay wrap at Camrock Supply, 2111 South Main in Elk City. We're right south of Fred's.
Cotton is blooming, the heat is relentless, and for many, the rain just hasn't come. Drought doesn't just stress a crop, it weighs heavily on the families whose livelihood depends on it. Every acre matters, every bowl matters. Don't leave the finish line to chance. At Carson County Gin, we know the end goal isn't just getting your cotton ginned, it's maximizing your profit. Our commitment is to help you earn the best grade possible, protect the quality you've worked so hard to grow, and put more money back in your pocket. Farming isn't getting any easier, but you don't have to face it alone. When harvest arrives, trust the people who treat your crop like it's their own. Because to us, it's never been just about cotton. It's your livelihood, it's your family tradition, and it's our privilege to stand beside you every step of the way. Carson County Gin, 15 miles west of Pampa. The website is carsoncountyGin.com. Your cotton deserves the best, so do you.
America's favorite pickup just got a little sweeter. Ford Motor Company is offering 2.9% interest for 72 months and 2.9% interest for 84, plus $1,000 customer cash on all F-150s. If your old one got too old, it's time to trade in and trade up. If you've only driven the others, come see why so many only go F-Series. And then let us take care of you like we see you at the family reunion. We call it the Barbara Dyson difference. Summer savings continue at Barbara Dyson Ford in Elk City. Online, barbadysonford.net.
There are times you're sitting here and you can't help but cry. It's hard. A lot of the families that, they've been married for 75 years and one of the spouses has passed away. That's unimaginable to me, what that would be like. But you listen. I'm interested. I like hearing how they met and what they did on their last anniversary, or, how many kids they have and stuff like that. I think that's cool. I like hearing that. Most of the people that come in here, when they start talking about that person, they start telling stories. And once they start telling stories, the mood lightens, and then they start laughing. Our receptionist in here is always amazed at the number of times people come in and they're kind of standoffish. And before they leave, they're laughing and cutting up and being themselves. I think that's a key. Willis Granite Products. Our website is willisgranite.com.
"26 minutes after 7, 96.5 KECO's The Early Morning Show."
Are you telling me there's some cheesiness there? Some real cheese?
Some cheese ball a little bit, Whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I cannot wait until we launch into your morning travail.
Well, I'd watch, okay?
I cannot wait, because then I'm going to pile on with my own.
The living estate of Richard Johnson is going up. Estate sale. 1422 Hayes in Clinton. 1422 Hayes in Clinton. One day only, Landry. The 22nd, which is this Saturday. It's this Saturday, one day only. 1422 Hayes in Clinton, Oklahoma. The living estate of Richard Johnson's on page 1 of the Penny News. I'm looking at the latest Penny News, and why not? Because it's in my hands. Why wouldn't I look at it, Landry? It's right here. I'm looking at vehicles for sale. I'm looking at barbed wire and lace. That funky little place of grace, Landry. Country Dove, Gifts and Tea Room. What else? Gideon Steel, Roman Nose Hills Trail Ride. September 25, 26, 27. Frisco Center in Clinton. Pop and Sons Insulation. Look at all this great stuff inside the Penny News.
You may already be aware of this, but Kevin Stitt is the governor of Oklahoma. And he was recently in our neck of the woods. Mm-hmm. Now, he was scheduled to go to Cordell one day, and it may have been the same day. But he was in Elk City.
Yeah, how about that?
You might be aware of that. The governor of Oklahoma was in Elk City. Do you know why? Wasn't there an event celebrating Elk City achieving a first and all-time high record sales tax revenue being generated?
Yeah.
For the first time in our history, more than $1.5 million worth of sales tax revenue was generated, and there was the city had a celebration, a meal, and the governor came.
I ran the numbers on that, and I'm no good at math. I'm really not. So I ask AI, and then I ask again, and $1.5 million in sales tax collections represents somewhere in the neighborhood of $17 or $18 million in spending.
That's a lot of money.
For 1 month. That's in 1 month's time in Elk City, Oklahoma, $17 or $18 million spent.
Now, I have seen and heard some people question the increase,
of course,
in the last year. And it's record revenue. And some people say, well, inflation's driving that. Well, inflation plays a role, but when you look up the inflation rate for the last year, it's, I think, 3.4% or 3.2%, something like that. Inflation. Well, Elk City's sales tax revenue increase from 1 year ago is 10.4%. Weatherford had about an 11% rise. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just Elk City doing it. It is other cities like Weatherford, like Woodward. They're all, 1.2 million. They're doing well also. But Elk City's increase in the last year in revenue, sales tax revenue generation is over 3 times the inflation rate. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just inflation making prices higher. causing people to have to spend more money. People are just spending more money, which is a good thing.
Yeah, the economy seems pretty good in Western Oklahoma. I said this at a sales meeting a week ago, that I am so tired of hearing people complain about the economy because everybody's spending money. Oh, this economy. Oh, boy, it's terrible. No, it's not terrible. I'll tell you what terrible was. 1984. You guys remember? Well, if you're at least as old as I am, you remember 1984. You couldn't get a job, okay? It was terrible in Western Oklahoma in the mid to late 80s. Couldn't get a job.
The Great Depression was terrible.
Yeah.
The early 80s oil bust was terrible. Now,
I mean,
we got record amounts of money being spent.
In the Great Depression, unemployment reached 20 to 25%, right?
At least 25%. Some suggest maybe as high as 33%, but yeah, at least 25%.
That means one out of 4 people looking for work couldn't find work. 1 out of 4 couldn't.
People have bread lines.
Right now, it's at 3 to 4%. That means out of 100 people looking for work, 3 can't find it. Unemployment's low. Standard of living is high. Spending is high. Things are good. Don't be afraid to admit it's okay. That's one of my mottos for the day, Landry. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to admit things are okay.
Don't spend too much time listening to angry people online
who complain. Yeah.
Who complain, cable TV. Now, we would never do that.
No.
We complain about the complainers, but it's okay to be happy. It is okay to be happy.
Looking at the text line at 6:30 this morning, somebody texted in, "I love the show so far, best one ever." And then it followed up at 7:17. I've been told I am mentally ill for listening to the early morning show.
Beautiful.
Then listen to this. Back to politics. I heard Mike Mazzei is Chinese and was born in China. And then I heard Gintner Drummond was born in Turkey and is Irish. That is beautiful. Love it.
If anybody has reason to be upset, it's Nathan Brewer.
Oh, what a day.
You wouldn't believe the morning he's had. Would not believe it. I don't believe it, and I know all about it.
Wake up at my usual time, like 4:30, and I do my deal, which is usual, and then I get ready to leave for work just before 6 o'clock, which is quite usual. So I get in the car, back out of the garage, exit the driveway, get onto the road, start driving west in the dark towards where I'm going to work, and I look down at the dash display, and there's yellow lights everywhere. What? Two warnings. And then below that,
yes.
And then below that, tire pressure. And it gives me the readout of all 4 of my tires. And 3 of them are fine. The right rear tire, the other 3 tires, the pressure are in the 30s, 32, 33, 35, somewhere in there, which is about where it's supposed to be. My right rear tire was at 2. Not 22, it was at 2. I've never had a tire register pressure that low. And so
Is that even legal?
I put my hazard lights on and slow down to about 15 miles an hour, expecting to just stop any minute. But the car seemed to be rolling okay. I thought, I got to get to the gas station to get air. So I went and got air, filled it up with air, and thought, okay, I need to take it. So then I called my trusty brother, and I said, "Brother, what are you doing?"
Who is this? What? I'm going to the radio station. You fool. What do you think I'm doing?
I said, "Can you follow me to the place? I got to go leave my car. Will you follow me and pick me up?" And so he did. So you get to work, instead of getting to work at 6, I got to work at 6:30, which I can't just show up. And I don't show up at 5 till 7 and then sit down and start talking at 7 o'clock. A lot of stuff has to happen first. I needed that 30 minutes, Landry, and I didn't get that 30 minutes.
Have you had family members express surprise that you have to be at the radio station, earlier than 2 minutes before we go on the air?
No,
I have, and it's like they just don't realize. Oh, you mean you have to actually spend time getting ready, coming up with stuff to talk about, seeing what's going on in the world.
And Landry, as you well know, there's about 15 minutes worth of work I have to do before I can ever start doing show prep.
When I get here, Nathan is hip deep in buttons and knobs and dials, adjusting things, getting things ready. And that's just pre-preparation stuff he does.
So I missed out on that vital 30 minutes this morning.
Uh-huh.
And so now my car's at a place, and I'm carless. And
did you tell everybody why? What you saw in your tire?
I didn't even mention that. When I got to the gas station and was putting air in, I just happened to look. I looked down, and look, there's a screw in my tire. A screw is in my tire, flush with my tire.
And how long did it take you to figure out that was the problem?
And so after about 10 more minutes of considering it, I decided maybe that screw in my tire is the reason my air pressure is at 2.
Now, by the way, isn't it great that you have a vehicle with the technological capability to tell you exactly which tire is having a problem? Because I remember a time
I'm having a problem. First of all,
I remember a time when the only way you knew you were having a problem is when you had a blowout. When you had the flat tire that was so flat, you could tell. Now we have vehicles that tell us you have a problem, exactly which tire is having the problem, and exactly what your pressure is in that tire. That is amazing and wonderful.
That is amazing.
But it is annoying when you realize, And it's, the timing is bad. It's never a good time to have car trouble.
No.
First thing in the morning, you got to be quiet. Nothing's open. The place isn't open. You need to fix the tire. At least you get the air. That's something. So you were able to get enough air in.
Yes.
Did it keep air?
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised. And so now Nathan,
I was reminded.
Yeah.
If you and kids, if you're listening, kids, if you ever have an object in your tire, do not remove the object. I remember we did that one.
Yes.
Hey, it was a thing, and we took it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
And immediately the car goes absolutely.
That's a bad idea. How dumb we were so dumb.
Yes.
Super dumb, Landry. Life is unpredictable, and we were super dumb.
But see, this is just one of those examples of life happens.
Yeah.
Things happen. And you know what? It's okay. We should expect these things. You should have a plan in mind. When you have a flat tire, what do? Well, okay,
you call Landry.
You need to take it to the place. Hopefully you can get enough air to get it where you need to go. 2 days ago, Nathan, my dryer stopped drying. The clothes dryer. Oh. And so that's an annoyance. And so is it this? Is it that? No, okay, I don't know what to do. So you call the guy who comes over. He takes a look. Oh, okay, well, it's not this. It's not. You need a new the new element or the sensor or whatever. So you have to order the part. And so hopefully he will be back today. We have the part, and the guy is going to hopefully fix it today.
Expect difficulty. Things will never go smoothly all the time. Eventually, you're going to have trouble. And when it happens, don't freak out. You spend 30 seconds being angry. Yes. Spend 30 seconds, get it out of your system, and then just assess the situation. At that point, Landry, you become, which military branch is it? Adapt and overcome. You adapt and overcome.
See, Nathan had a flat tire this morning. 2 days ago, I realized my dryer wasn't drying, and so I had to address that. This week, one of the vehicles at my house, dead battery. Had to buy a new battery, which is annoying. So that's, and that's money. And then that same vehicle with the dead battery also got 4 new tires yesterday.
Did you get
all purchased locally, by the way? Thank you very much.
Did you, when the car had the dead battery, did you jump it and get the car down to the place, or did you just take the battery? What'd you do?
We have this wonderful invention. You remember the old jumper cable method where you have to attach your battery to a nearby battery, which was good enough, but it can be annoying and inconvenient. They make a thing now where it's all electronic, computer powered, and you hook it up, 2 jumper cables to your battery. You push a button, and immediately you can start your battery. It charges it like that. And so we had to do that over a couple of days. We thought the battery was okay. Turns out it wasn't. So we got word that the battery needed to be replaced. So you take it down to the local place. You buy a new battery. Yesterday we took the car to the local place. Got 4 new tires.
Barbara Dyson Ford is offering 2.9% interest for 72 months and 2.9% for 84 months, plus $1,000 customer cash on all F-150s. It's time to trade in and trade up, brethren. Barbara Dyson Ford, northeast part of Elk City. The problem is that, this is from the text line, y'all. The problem is nobody wants to work nowadays. They want everything handed to them. That's just a new generation. Another listener says, can you wish Taylor Thiessen a very happy 10th birthday today. Taylor Thiessen, turning 10 years young today, so let's have one birthday song. Hit it! This is your birthday song. It doesn't last too long. Hey, happy 10th birthday today to Taylor Thiessen.
And my gift to Taylor Thiessen on her birthday, and all the young people out there is, we have good stuff, we have technology, and we have automobiles that make life easy, but sometimes things go wrong, and they have to be repaired, they have to be maintained.
That's normal.
And that's normal, and that's okay. Don't freak out. Just have a plan in mind. When something goes wrong, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to take the car here, take the battery there, call the handyman, call the repairman, get this thing done, and that's okay. Life will go on. We will continue, we will persevere, and we will be better than ever.
In fact, think about this. We're giving somebody a job.
That's right.
We're helping the local economy.
I just pumped over $900 into the local economy.
Well, here we go. Now I have an explanation from a listener. I wanted to apologize for putting that screw in your tire. I stopped by the station yesterday and screwed it into your tire. I also shorted Landry's battery and sabotaged his dryer. And I did all this because you guys offended me 4 times the other day.
Briley Baca is an investment advisor representative of and advisory services offered through Royal Fund Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
One of my earliest memories was waking up to a box of donuts on the kitchen table. By the time I woke up, Dad had already been at work for hours. He'd come home just long enough to leave breakfast for me, take me to school, and then head right back to the office. Back then, I thought it was all about the donuts. Looking back, I realized it never really was. Dad wasn't just building a business, he was building a reputation. One handshake, one family, one relationship at a time. If you're looking for experienced retirement guidance from a family that spent more than 3 decades earning the trust of people we serve, we'd love the opportunity to earn yours. I'm Briley Baca with Advanced Financial Strategies. Now the donuts are long gone, but the work ethic that put them on the table is still the foundation of everything that we do. Call us today, 323-6800, or visit our website, retirewithbaca.com.
When you look in the mirror and see straight pearly whites, you know it's going to be a good day. When you show off that beautiful smile to others and they smile right back, your day gets even better. That's what Invisalign can give you. They're clear aligners you wear in your mouth. No wires, no brackets, no metal. Most people won't even know you're wearing them. But when you're done, you get to have straight teeth that'll make you want to smile. I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron at Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford. We're having a huge savings event on Invisalign September 17th and 18th. That's up to $1,000 off Invisalign treatment. Spots are limited, so call to see if you're a candidate. 816-6700. 816-6700. Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford, catty corner to Walgreens, where we treat you like family and do life-changing dentistry. Saving up to $1,000 on a beautiful smile is worth the call. 816-6700. 816-6700.
Cotton is blooming, the heat is relentless, and for many, the rain just hasn't come. Drought doesn't just stress a crop, it weighs heavily on the families whose livelihood depends on it. Every acre matters, every bowl matters. Don't leave the finish line to chance. At Carson County Gin, we know the end goal isn't just getting your cotton ginned, it's maximizing your profit. Our commitment is to help you earn the best grade possible, protect the quality you've worked so hard to grow, and put more money back in your pocket. Farming isn't getting any easier, but you don't have to face it alone. When harvest arrives, trust the people who treat your crop like it's their own. Because to us, it's never been just about cotton. It's your livelihood, it's your family tradition, and it's our privilege to stand beside you every step of the way. Carson County Gin, 15 miles west of Pampa. The website is carsoncountyGin.com. Your cotton deserves the best, so do you.
Carter Electric in Elk City provides professional electrical services for residential, commercial, agricultural, and oil and gas applications, complete with overhead bucket truck capability for above-ground work, meaning they can service both overhead and underground transformers and installations. Since 1950, Carter Electric has served this area, and they continue to do so with dedication to quality and unsurpassed service. For your next electrical job or for an estimate, call Carter Electric in Elk City, 225-2447, or visit them at 217 West 12th Street in Elk City, with 24-hour emergency service available.
So you're saying you just need to get from here to there
96
without fainting.
Did you know there's a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 o'clock today? Otherwise, mostly sunny and hot, high near 103. Tonight, 20% chance of something falling out of the sky. Partly cloudy, 75. Tomorrow, sunny and hot, 106. Today, 103. Tomorrow, 106. Right now, 79 on the back porch. Skies mostly clear. Winds mostly light. Humidity, 54%. I'm Nathan. That's Landry. Early morning show, 96.5 KECO. This one is for Landry. You ready? Regarding batteries and whatnot, pull your positive cable. That's the red one, Landry. The plus sign. Pull your positive cable. If it dies, it's your alternator. If it stays running, it's your battery. Is that true?
That's interesting.
Pull your positive cable. If the car dies, it's your alternator. If it stays running, it's your battery. I've never heard that before. Is that true? Do we have second source confirmation here? 225-9697. When your operation runs on equipment, you have to keep the equipment running. They'll tell you that at Camrock. Camrock Supply. Buy in bulk. Saves you time and money. Just about everything your engines need at Camrock Supply next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. What else is going on? A week from tomorrow. Where's my paper? A week from tomorrow, believe it or not, we start high school football. BigOakTV.com. BigOakTV.com. Taking on, who are they play? It's the Elk City Football Festival. It's a one-night festival.
One-night football
It is a
festival.
one-game, two-team festival.
Will they have a nacho cheese spread available?
I can't imagine they wouldn't. Elk City opens the season Friday, August the 28th. That's a week from tomorrow. Hosting Shawnee, 7 o'clock kick. Pregame 6:30. It's Little Cheer Night. Little Cheer Night.
I know I brought this up before, but isn't it Shawnee like 7A?
Yeah, you have brought this up.
How is it Elk City is playing Shawnee?
Monday and Tuesday.
What
Today
A is
Thursday,
Shawnee?
Friday.
Shawnee.
Elk City Elkette softball in action this week, heading to the Hall of Fame Friday. That's tomorrow. Big Oak TV brought to you by Windy Nissan. Live games free at BigOakTV.com. Live games free, BigOakTV.com. Join Big Oak TV to unlock past games and season archives. Today's National Radio Day, which I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, well, thank you for letting me know. And then you're saying, so what? Well, we're talking about taking for granted. Radio is one of those things you take for granted because it's always been there. And well, so what? Big deal. I can download music and listen to I can listen to Pandora and download. Let me tell you something, okay? If it wasn't for local radio, who would have told you about having a screw in his tire this morning? You think Pandora is going to tell you that? You think Spotify or iTunes will tell you that? No, sir. No, sir. The truth is, when there's a local emergency, we're the ones talking about it. When there's stuff going on at the local school, we're the ones talking about it. That's why radio is important in times of emergency or for local stuff, the stuff you can't get anywhere else. They're not talking about the hootenanny down the road on XM and Sirius. They're not talking about it on iTunes and Spotify. And yeah, I know it matters less to a 15-year-old than it does to a grown man who's 30 or 40 and got kids and has a job and is worried about life and the day and keeping people safe and where do I go to get the best thing and can you tell me about something? Okay, well, that's what we do at radio. And today is National Radio Day. Do you know radios existed? I wish I'd have gotten the go date. Philo Farnsworth. No, he was the TV guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Marconi? I don't know. Was Marconi the Italian that invented it?
Italian?
Radio's been around forever, it seems like. It's been around for about 120, 30 years, something like that.
Nathan, no less a source than the Oklahoman.
Wow.
Tells me that Shawnee High School, 5A, competes in 5A.
So since they're 5A, they compete in 5A?
They compete in 5A competitions is what they do. Now, the Elk City Elks are 4A. Taking on 5A Shawnee.
Who needs trailers? Do you need new trailers or do you need used trailers? You're in luck. They got them both at 2D Trailer Sales and Service in Clinton, and it's on page 9 of the Penny News. Take a look. 2026 GR brand cargo trailer, 24-foot bar top cattle trailer. Those are brand new, by the way. But they've also got some pre-owned trailers that are there. Take a look. Page 9 of the Penny News if you need trailers. Oh, I asked the question when the fella said pull your positive cable and off your battery, and if the car dies, it's your alternator. If it stays, no, wait, hold on. Pull pull your positive cable. If it dies, it's your alternator. If it stays running, it's your battery. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I said, is that true? We have second source confirmation.
Really?
Well, excuse me, third-party confirmation. Another person texted, said, yes, it's true. I had a thought yesterday and had a conversation, and I wonder, you know how we like choice? We really do. We like having choices. I don't want to be told you can only get the one thing. I want to be able to choose from 3 or 4 things. But at some point, do we reach a tipping point and too much choice is a bad thing? And let me tell you what I mean. I was thinking about Robin Williams yesterday. I was thinking about the movie Mrs. Doubtfire and how good. And Robin Williams was just so talented. So talented. And it seems like there was a run years ago where you had some really talented guys putting out some really talented work. I mean, think about the movies. Think about you had Mrs. Doubtfire, and a few months later you had Forrest Gump. Massive movies, Landry. Box office bonanzas, talented cast, super popular, winning lots of awards, lots of people going to see it. In a day and time when there were only a few movie studios that made movies, and you had to go to the movie theater. Those were your choices. And today, I can't help but wonder, because we've got sources everywhere. Netflix and Amazon, every streaming service, Landry, runs movies, and you've got movies everywhere. And I wonder if maybe because you've got so many studios and so many sources of movies, they've got to fill with so much content. Are so many movies being made that the talent pool has been so watered down? Because the question I asked my son was, are there any big stars today? I mean, just massively talented people like Robin Williams. Does that guy even exist today? I can't come up with people. Can you? Is it a product of too much choice? There's too much product available?
Probably.
That the talent pool's been watered down?
Possibly. And what is the bigger problem? Is it the lack of acting talent or the lack of writing talent, the lack of directing talent? I mean, isn't Martin Scorsese still alive? And isn't Steven Spielberg still alive? He put out that Demolition, what is it? Devolution? The aliens were taking over Kansas City, and Emily Blunt and the broadcasters, not diversion. Diversion? No.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Deception?
No.
Deliverance?
What was the name of that? Good grief. Deliverance, deception, divergence?
Divergence. Maybe
What is it?
I think so.
That movie? I mean, it was Steven Spielberg, and he's one of the greats, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard about it, I thought, there's no way in the world I'm going to watch this movie. It absolutely does not sound at all like anything I would get within 10 feet of. And so what is the problem? Is it that we don't have great actors, or we don't have great writers writing great movies, or we don't have great
just talented people?
I mean, where's it all go? I mean, the more people we have, you'd think the more talent there would be.
Yeah.
But maybe we're not pairing great actors with great scripts, or great actors with great directors.
Well, think about
what's
this.
going on.
Think about this. What are there, 32 teams in the NFL? Something like 32 teams in the NFL, right? If you suddenly raise the number of teams by 50%, do you think each team would get better? No, you would raise the number of people performing in the NFL by 50%, which means if they were already talented enough to be in the NFL, they'd be in the NFL. So when you raise the number of teams by 50% or double it, let's say there's now 64 teams and there's now twice as many professional football players, the quality is not going to go up. It's going to get watered down because you're now allowing people into the NFL who previously were not talented enough to make it to the NFL. So the level of play is going to go down. Well, if you've got a million different sources for movies and a million more movies being made, it's less likely the quality is going up.
And yet with singing over the last 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, we have seen some pretty popular, exceptionally popular singers, whether it was Taylor Swift or Ella Langley.
Well, there's a difference in popularity and quality.
But I'm right, but you would think that, why is it we can have exceptionally popular, big-time, mega superstar singers, but not exceptionally popular megastar actors? Because I'm not hearing about, except for a while, the Avengers bunch, they were popular. Not that any one performance was considered, Academy Award winning. Quality is just, it was exciting and different, and stuff blew up, and people were flying to outer space. And so it was different, not because it was great.
That is a great question.
Good morning, partly sunny at 77. This is the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha. An Oak City woman is facing multiple charges following the execution of a search warrant earlier this month. According to a probable cause affidavit filed in Beckham County District Court, Carrie Sue Brawley was arrested on August 4th at a home on South Washington Avenue. The investigation began with a report of more than $3,000 in other property stolen from an unlocked vehicle. Police developed another person as a suspect and learned that the individual had reportedly been staying at or visiting Brawley's residence. During a search of the home, investigators reported finding suspected methamphetamine and marijuana, along with drug paraphernalia and tattoo equipment. Authorities say the defendant's 13-year-old daughter was living in the home, and investigators reported finding suspected marijuana and drug paraphernalia inside the juvenile's bedroom. Brawley faces charges including child neglect, drug and paraphernalia possession, and unlawful possession of tattoo equipment. Bond was set at $30,000. The charges are allegations, and Brawley is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. The latest state figures show Elk City businesses generated more than $1.57 million in sales tax revenue, the first time the city has topped the $1.5 million mark. Mayor Micah Kilhofer says the city's location plays a major role in its economic strength.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with, our geographical location. We're kind of the hub city for Texas Panhandle and north and south. I don't know how much we pull from the east necessarily, but we've embraced that, and it contributes back into our city.
Oak City has a population of about 11,500, but Kilhofer says economically the city performs more like a community of 25,000. Agriculture and energy remains important, while retail, small businesses, and sports tourism has helped diversify the local economy. Kilhofer says sales tax collections are up more than 10.4% from last year, with the additional revenue helping fund infrastructure and other improvements throughout Elk City. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation has added new pavement markings to a busy Route 66 intersection in northeast Elk City. ODOT District 5 engineer Will Snipes says the agency received concerns about near misses at the Y intersection just east of Van Buren near Country Club. Drivers reported conflicts between vehicles traveling south and turning east and vehicles traveling east and turning north. In response, ODOT painted 2 new yield lines on the pavement. The markings feature white triangles pointed towards approaching motorists and show where drivers are expected to yield to oncoming traffic. Because the roadway is part of the Interstate 40 business loop, it falls under ODOT jurisdiction. Officials say drivers approaching the new markings should stop at the points of the white triangles when necessary and yield to approaching traffic. We'll have these stories and much more on our Facebook page and website. Right now, partly sunny and 77. This has been the Paragon Morning News. I'm Jared Atha.
Landry, you're out of touch. I'm out of time, okay? 96.5 KECO is the early morning show. Nathan, Landry, and you.
Nathan, when did you realize your calling was radio?
The morning Blake called me.
Did you answer the call?
Come to work? Yeah.
You answered the call.
That's how I knew to come to work.
Found out. Apparently, there are only about 2 or 3 occupations or professions that are callings.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And radio's one of them, obviously.
Well, of course.
And so you said Blake called you.
Yes.
And you answered
literally
the call.
Yes. He literally called.
Changed your
Never
life.
Forget it. It's like 9:15, 9:30 in the morning. He said, did I wake you up? I said, no, actually you didn't. I was already awake.
You know, it's a good thing you didn't have a screw in your tire that morning. That would have been a terrible way to start your career in radio.
Do you know the rodeo's coming? Do you know they're going to do that again, the rodeo?
Really?
Yeah.
Have they started doing that every year?
They're on a trial basis.
Isn't this, what is this, the 75th, the 80th?
The 934, 88th.
Number 88?
Yeah,
well,
the 934.
We're figuring it out, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We've gotten there. We hit stride.
Yeah.
When did we hit stride? Was it somewhere around 56, 57? Year 56, year 57 of doing it? Is that when we hit stride?
Approximately. Approximately. The KECO Rocket and Rollin' Radio Roadshow is going to be at the big car audio competition. Feel it, hear it, Landry, prove it.
Mm-hmm.
It's tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock. Tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock, Zuni Tunes. Landry, Zuni Tunes. 3520 West 3rd in Elk City. Audio, get ready to thump. Boom, 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 boom. Down, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. 96.5 KECO at Elk City. 103 this afternoon. Stay warm, dry, and safe. Stay hydrated. And remember, KECO loves you.
A school bus pulling up to a stop. That's what country sounds like.
96.5 KECO.